นนี้จะไม่ได้ใช่ไหม
แต่ไม่ได้ครับอันนี้ไม่ได้อันนี้40 บาท
อะไรนะ
ลูกถ้าของลูก40 บาท
อ๋อ40บาท
เป็นเพียงนี้
Okay, it's time to be honest. I am a recovering addict, and my vice is control. Yes, there it is. It's out there. The whole wide world is going to know that I'm a recovering control addict. And what that looked like in everyday life was hypervigilance. My need for safety was rooted in my ability to control. My sense of safety was only as equal to my ability to control the circumstances. And that extended to my children and my husband. And it came from my childhood. There were moments as a young child where my sisters and I were put in very vulnerable positions. And I soon learned that if I wasn't looking out on behalf of my little sisters, bad things would happen to them. Nobody was looking out for me, so I had to muscle up. And I became so hypervigilant and desperately needed a sense of safety. And I created that safety by control. As much as I could control my surroundings, that's how safe I could feel. As long as I could control the surroundings for my little sisters, then I knew they would be safe. I wanted desperately to trust mom and dad with this safety component of our childhood, but I couldn't. So I grew up being a protector. Protecting is what I did. It was part of my identity. Even today, my younger sisters, there's one of them who still lives, and the other one passed away a few years ago. And I felt so deeply broken that I could not fight her final bully. But when they were young, oh, you better believe I fought those bullies. And everybody knew that if they bothered with my little sisters, they would have to bother with me. I wasn't big and I wasn't a picture of physical strength, but there was something in my drive to protect my little sisters that made no enemy look too fierce in my eyes. I would go after them with whatever was in my hand, whether it was a skipping rope, whether it was just my fists. They would never again bully my little sisters. Not on my watch, that's for sure.
Light.
So this sense of hypervigilance made me acutely aware of my surroundings. And when you are constantly afraid, then you are constantly seeing danger, even in places where there may be no danger. I was always on the lookout for any signs of danger. If my children were just a little bit late coming home, and if I heard a siren in the background, I was sure that siren was rushing to meet my child who was fighting for their life on the street in an accident somewhere in Bangkok. My mind would rush to the most dangerous scenario. There was a while, we had seen so many horrific car crashes on the highways outside of Bangkok in the countryside of Thailand that I begged Peter, my husband, I said, please, let's buy helmets and we'll wear helmets in the car. I hovered over my children at the beach. They had the brightest colored swimsuits so that I could find them easily. And when we would go to the ocean, we usually went during the rainy season because that's what we could afford. And we went to Phuket. And during the rainy season, the ocean is unpredictable and angry and trying to flush humans up onto the shore. And the humans are trying to get into the water. But my humans, my 5 little humans on the beach, I would stand there with a boogie board and a strap attached to my ankle, and all day long I would count the brightly colored swimsuits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I would scan again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Vigilance, watching. The ocean was not going to get my kids, not on my watch. My whole life became about the watch. So much so that when we were in Paris, there was a lot of violence. There was a lot of disruption on high-scale levels. There was Charlie Hebdo shootings down the street from where we lived. There were the November 15 terrorist attacks just 500 meters from where we lived. Every Thursday were the protests and the fully armed policemen marching, and sometimes these protests turned into fire bombs and tear gas exploding in front of our window on the streets. There was so much to watch out for, a need for vigilance on the streets. And I became like the safety patrol. Back in the 60s, we had something in the schools where the students, the senior students, would be the safety patrol, and we wore these beautiful bright belts that went over our shoulder and strapped around our waist with a badge pinned on the strap, and everybody knew we were the safety patrol, and we learned how to escort our friends and our schoolmates across the intersection safely, and it felt so powerful to make a car stop in order to keep the people safe. And that became part of my mission in my life when it was my little sisters, the safety patrol at the elementary school, or in the streets of Paris. I became hypervigilant, always on the watch. And hypervigilance is exhausting. And while I have hung up my safety patrol belt and put the badge away, and while my children are not small anymore, and I'm not waiting for them to come home from school, I still carry a bit of that hypervigilance, the watchfulness. There's a verse that says, it presents a question, am I my brother's keeper? And I like to think sometimes, yeah, We are the keepers of the brothers and the sisters around us. And that brother's keeper role comes so naturally to me. Here in Bangkok, people walk around holding their phones, and the sidewalks can be uneven, and there are escalators and stairways to navigate, and people are still looking at their phones. And so while they are looking at their phones, I'm looking at them, watching out for them. I am my brother's keeper. And sometimes people are heading towards the down escalator or the up escalator when they want to be going down. That's an accident waiting to happen. And I'm always on the watch. Watch, watch, watch. Vigilance, vigilance, vigilance. Well, a gentler pace competes with this instinct of hypervigilance, where noticing goes to a whole other level. And I want to walk away from the sense of hypervigilance where I have to be the safety patrol. I have to fight the bullies and I have to stop the traffic. I want to walk away from the sense of urgency and step into a pace that allows me to be aware without having to be in control. That is an art. I'm a self-learned watercolor painter, and I feel like I've become this self-taught, gentler pace person. It's not easy because my need for control, my hypervigilance will always compete. They will peek up their big sister head. Oh, somebody's in danger. And so instead of walking through the city positioned to insert myself and impose myself into circumstances, I look for the unique moments that have my name on them, the patch-shaped moments where I can arrive and something about who I am or what I have will be seen as a welcome gift.
Yeah.
That's the difference for me between hypervigilance and walking at a gentle pace where I'm allowed to just notice. And so I used to play baseball as a kid. I loved that game. I was pretty good at it. So walking through the city with my glove in the air, I'm ready to catch the ball if it comes my way. But I'm not walking through the city saying, "Throw me the ball! Throw me the ball!" If the ball arrives, I will be ready. I will catch it. A gentler pace. And so, am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. But I am not called to change the world. I can't insert myself into the politics and into the war and into all the public dilemmas and all the huge issues that the world is facing. But there are people in my path, and I come across them in my daily life. And in those moments, I will open my arms. I will add another chair, and we will put another leaf in the table. We will take a little bit from everybody's plate and make a new portion on another plate. There will be enough around my table. Around our table, there will be enough for yet another person. And there will be peace, maybe not world peace, but there will be a peace that passes understanding around the table in our home, at our dining room.
Under the boughs where the shadows play, the wind hums soft.